flash in the dark. I know you're coming back, aiming at my heart. And these things never come from me easily, no. But now I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready, ready. Emotions repeating, though it's been so long. I know what you're thinking, I know. I wanna spend all our time now, for better or worse. I know the past is gone, and now you're all I want. 'Cause I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up for you. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up for you. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up. I would, you know that I would. Lights flash in the dark. Just close your eyes and we'll be shooting stars. And you know I can't wait for forever no more. Now tell me, are you ready? Are you ready? Ready? Emotions repeating, though it's been so long. I know what you're thinking. I
It
know.
never fails when I'm not filming. I make a mean Gordon Ramsay style pancake. When I am filming, it looks like I tried to make biscuits and a Mack truck ran over it. Those look pitiful. Not even like the same texture. None of them are the same texture. I have that whole batch to go through and then some, and I only have like 5 done. And it feels like it's been an hour, but I think it's only been 2 minutes. This is gonna take forever. There needs to be a pancake option on an air fryer. Is there? I don't think there is. How would you make pancakes in the air fryer? We need to make a fearfully created cooking contraption and call it quickly created for people who have ADHD like me, and everything takes just like too long. Or we could just learn patience. That's another option. We could just learn patience. It only took me half an entire batch to get them looking normal.
Spend all our time now, for better or worse. I know the past is gone, and now you're all I want. 'Cause I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up for you.
I need to try and get, oh, I really hope I drop these, Shane. Shane,
What?
I don't want to drop these.
Okay. What am I doing with you?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
I'm trying to get I'm trying to get a picture.
Oh my gosh.
Shane's standing right there so I can get a picture. Hey, no, put your hand down. They're seeing
Oh
your
my
arm.
gosh, I'm scared. Please don't drop them. I'm hungry.
I'm trying to get a picture.
No. Okay. You lost them!
Yeah, I've been working hard for the money. She worked hard for you, honey. Shane, I worked hard for the money, so you better treat me right.
Yes, ma'am.
I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up for you. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up. I would, you know that I would, Now there's no looking back. Now there's no looking back. You got me falling fast, falling fast. I'm falling. Give it all up, give it all up, give it all up for you. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up for you. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up. Give it all up, give it all up for you. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up for you. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up.
I did a crap ton of pancakes, and I wore an apron, right, so that I wouldn't get my shirt all dirty. Tell me how I still got it dirty. It's still covered in pancake stuff. It is literally like splattered with pancake batter. So I'm trying to take care of my $9 shirts because I love them so much. I figured out why it was taking me so long to make the pancakes, because I had it on like the lowest setting. I thought it was the opposite, and I thought I had it on the highest setting. Come to find out, I had it on lowest setting, so I moved it to the highest setting. It went a lot faster. It's almost as if God was teaching me patience through that. So there's two things I really want to talk about in this video and show you guys in this video today. One of the things I filmed a week or two ago, and it's a breakdown cost of the ceiling project that we did, because I was getting a ton of questions, some angry questions, some just inquisitive questions. Is that the right? Did I use inquisitive the right way? I've been reading the dictionary and it shows. I usually read to get a better vocabulary, but sometimes I like to just read the dictionary because I forget words a lot. I don't know why I do that. I have my suspicions as to why I do it, but I forget words to use, so I tend to find one word and overuse it. Fart happens to be one of those words a lot, and I know a lot of people cannot stand that, but it's one of them words that just comes to me. I'm trying to find better words though, and more sophisticated words. So like, for example, fart, flatulence. See, it's working. I'm coming up with words like that are better, that are bigger. I got a lot of inquisitive questions, and some rude questions, and some accusing questions, and some assuming questions, and so many questions about why I have had the remodel in the house going slowly. We've been here a year, and only 2 full spaces in the double wide have been completed. The porch, which was a huge project, and the first living room, which was also a huge project. Actually, we have 3 spaces because we also actually have the hallway done too. So we have the hallway done, the first living room, and the covered porch. So while I was getting those questions in real time, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna just explain it and kind of answer all the questions, the rude ones, the hateful ones, the inquisitive ones, all of those in the same portion of a video. I know I don't have to, but I owe you guys a whole lot. You sit here and listen to me go on a whole lot. So when y'all have questions, I got answers. So I'm gonna insert those clips into this video at the end, towards the end of the video. That's one of the things that I wanted to talk to, so I show you guys. And then the other thing is, I don't know how to go about this because, okay, so I have my P.O. box, and for the longest time I did P.O. box videos where I would go live and show me opening up stuff that I got at the P.O. box, or I would just put it into a video and show you guys P.O. box mail. And I got a lot of feedback off that, and a lot of it was really good, and a lot of you guys loved to see that stuff, and then some of you guys didn't like it. And so I kind of stepped back, like I do anytime whenever I get a conflicting amount of feedback off something, and I prayed about it. And ultimately, I stopped showing the P.O. box mail stuff because I didn't want to passively make someone feel like they needed to send me something to get my attention, because you have my attention. A comment underneath a video gets just as much attention from me as a package in the mail. You have my attention no matter what. And I didn't want to seem as if you needed to send me things. I didn't want to, what's that word I'm looking for? Dictionary. Marina just was going like fart in the wind, flatulence in the wind. She was going like flatulence in the wind. I can't think of the word. I didn't want to encourage. That's it. I didn't want to encourage you guys to send me stuff, because originally I got the P.O. box mail for cards and letters. Packages were not in my mind whenever I set up the P.O. box. So I'm very careful about ever showing things, and every now and then I'll mention that something was sent to me or that a friend sent me something, but I try not to do that too much because I don't want to focus on packages sent to me. As much as I'm thankful for them, and I'm so grateful. Some of the stuff I've been sent is insane. Like, mind blown. It's not that I'm not thankful for those things. I love those things, and I so badly wish I could get on here and show you guys without people getting upset. But in reality, I can't. So it's not that I'm not thankful for that stuff. I just don't want to encourage the sending of gifts and stuff, because you are the gift, essentially. You, on the other side of the screen, you're the gift to me. I don't want anybody to ever feel like they need to send a gift when you are the gift. All that being said, I had to figure out a way to do this, because when I lost Binks, when I lost Binks, I had a ton of stuff. a ton of stuff related to Binks sent to me. I had jewelry. The kiddos had Rainbow Bridge books, like so many of them, and none of them were the same. That was insane. Wind chimes, stuff like that I was sent. And I don't normally show the things that I was sent, but I really want to show this stuff if that's okay with you guys. Because I got Binks' headstone in the mail, and I really need to go make over his area and like give him a little area. So if it's okay with you guys, this once I would just like to share some of the stuff that was sent to me. And it's not all the stuff. There was so much. There was so much stuff. I mean, I have like, I think 4 sets of wind chimes, and they're all different. They're all different. They're not the same. I have a bobblehead wiener dog. My kiddos were sent some really precious things, and I'd like to share some of that with you guys as I'm creating Binks a little area in the backyard. I was going to do it off camera, but I wanted to include you guys in this too because I know that you love Binks. There's not many things that will be involving Binks in the future, so I figured y'all would want to be here for this, because after I create his area, it'll just be like upkeep. I won't have anything new involving Binks. So I thought you guys might want to come along with me today as I do this. And I'm going to try really hard to not cry the entire time, but it's really hard because it just is really hard. I am going to try not to cry and stuff in front of the kids, and they're outside playing right now. So Merina, get it together. Jesus, please help me. We're going to go outside and prettify Binks' area. And we're going to remember that he is not there, and that I'm so confident in the fact that he is with Jesus, and he is waiting on me. I'm so confident in that. I've prayed so hard, and I'm so confident in that. I know people say that dogs don't go to heaven, but I'll be danged. Mine did. Let's get it together for the kids. Y'all get it together for the kids. As we're making our way outside, y'all gotta see these. Let me show you what somebody sent. Each of my kiddos got one of these, and these are called battle pups. And it says armed with strength. And what they are is when you're going through something really tough, these are kind of like little companions. And when the kids lost Binks, two of them weren't here when everything happened. Telling two of my kids that we lost Binks while they were gone. I'll never forget that. That will be one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. They were destroyed. They were distraught. So when they got these in the mail from one of you guys, I had never heard of these before. And I can't tell, they have attached themselves to these in such a way. Like we left them at a friend's house because they take them everywhere. They take them literally everywhere. Just to go play at a friend's house, they take them into the store, everywhere. We left them at a friend's house, and they had to make sure that I called the friend's mom to take care of this until they could get it back to us, because they were so concerned about it, because they're that attached to it. Well, I know it can never take the place of Binks. You know, it has made the transition of not having Binks around anymore. It has made it a lot easier on the kids. And I can't tell you what that means to me. The Rainbow Bridge books, they read over and over and over again. And they dissect them. And they go in there like, look, it looks like they see the grandparents here at the end. And it's helped them understand that while loss is inevitable for Binks and, you know, for humans especially, it is not the end. And it's kind of reminded them, like, I will see him again. And it's doing it in a way that I didn't know how to do that. It's helping teach them about grief and loss, but hope that they'll also see him again one day. I need one of these. I'm gonna get me a, I was looking them up, they're like $300, but I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna start an envelope and I'm gonna get a stuffed dog, and it literally, they make it the way that you want them to. So you send them a picture of your dog and they make it that way, the way that your dog looked. And they even can put like a voice box in it. And I have a recording of Binks's bark, and I can put that bark in there. And you know, I'm doing everything but taxidermy, and at this point I just want to keep him around. I've got a poster up on my wall. I've got pictures literally everywhere in my room. I've got necklaces with his face on it now. I've done everything but taxidermy him, and at this point, if I had thought about it beforehand, then I would have probably done that too. People tell me all the time, you have your soul dog, and that dog is a dog that you look for in every other dog that you ever have again. And that's definitely Binks for me. Alright, eyes are dried. You need to stop crying. If you cry, I'ma cry. eyes are dried. Let's go outside and let's prettify Binks' area.
Gonna cry when you're gone. Here, hanging on, waiting for your call. Seems like time as a wave passing by, leave a mark in our marks to turn to memories. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone. Hey, I was hoping you would stay, but I've always known that you would go and find your own way. I still see when we climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, to feel the wind and watch the river run. And the sun would always shine when we sat there, you and I. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone. It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry. River's gonna cry when you're gone. It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry. You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just leave it all behind. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
I'm about to hang these up, but this is what we got so far. I need to get some flowers to put in that thing right there. Need to get some flowers for it, but somebody moved this. This is what it's looking like right now. Fun fact is, one of you guys got that, one of you guys got that, two separate people, and one of y'all got that. But I love it. It does need flowers though, so I'll definitely be getting flowers to put in that. I didn't know Shane was doing this, but he's actually making a bench to go over there too. He surprised me with it. I just now saw it. I love it. He's literally doing it with scrap wood that we just had behind the building. The kids are freaking out because right here was Binks's most favorite place to play. And you can see there's flowers everywhere. That's not even the best thing. So randomly, this whole flower patch under Binks' favorite tree where he always played, there's a flower patch, and then there's randomly a rose growing in the middle of it. Like, kids, was this not his most favorite place to play?
Yeah, this was his favorite.
And when he passed away, the day after he passed away, all of these came up, didn't they?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Every single one of them came up, and then now there's a rose growing right
I
here.
turned to a rose bush.
We've mowed around it and everything because this is just wild. I mean, all of this just popped up the day after he died, and now we have the little
That
rose.
rose just popped up today.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I need to get dinner going. I'm like running late. It's already 6 o'clock. I'm running late on the dinner situation. It's because we ran and got Frazzles. This is the kids. Remember, I mentioned in my last video, Frazzles are going to get billed for my weight loss surgery if I ever have it. I'm going through some stuff, and a Frazzle just feels like it fixes it right now. I just need it. I really don't, but that's my excuse I'm giving to myself. I'm going to, real quickly, just get a couple of these chicken breasts in some boiling water. I would bake it if I had more time and more culinary skills, but I don't, so I'm just gonna like do what I can. And it never fails. My hair is always down when I'm cooking. It's up all day long until I start cooking. And now I decided to take it down. I have 2 bags left, so I'm just going to put these in here. We're gonna do 2, because usually if I do any sort of chicken meal, it's always shredded chicken, because I can make 2 breasts go a long way. That's usually what I do. Hopefully I didn't get chicken juice all over my hair bow, because I'm about to put my hair back up once I'm done cooking. 30 years from now, they're going to do science on brains like mine. They're going to do like experiments on brains like my brain. I'm kind of winging dinner tonight. I don't have a recipe for what I'm going to do. I'm just winging it with what I have. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. If a chicken sandwich and a TikTok sandwich made a baby. So I'm paprikaing up my cooked chicken. I boiled some chicken breast and I put some seasoning on it. Salt, pepper, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder. I put a little bit of mayonnaise in it and a little bit of Italian dressing. And then a whole Italian dressing seasons pack. I kind of just went for consistency. I also added in some shredded mozzarella. I added in some of these pepperoncinis that I sliced up. And some pulled apart pepperoni. Don't that sound good? I mixed all that up and I added some shredded lettuce too. Added a little bit more dressing and a little bit more mayo. It's all about consistency. I hate mayo, but I love this stuff. This was super easy, took no time to throw together, and it gave us a cool new spin on a recipe that we eat way too often. Shane will down both of these. Alright.
Alright, you ready? That's banging.
Is it good?
That is banging.
So we didn't have TikTok sandwich stuff, and I was like, what can I do to make this chicken? So I was like, what about like sort of like Italian sandwich grinders where you grind everything together kind of thing? So I took that and the TikTok sandwich and I made a baby.
Well, this baby shall be named Good Hank.
Okay.
Signs, but I couldn't run then. I don't blame myself, couldn't see it coming. I know now, that's how they do it. They drag you in, just to leave you feeling stupid. Don't call me up, I know you know what you did, so I'm turning the radio up. Don't wanna hear it's too late for apologize. Lately I've realized that what goes around comes back around. What goes around comes back around.
consistency of those cookies are the best I've ever had. They're the perfect consistency. I just sprinkle a little bit of salt on top of it, but other than that, they were good. Kids are playing Wario Party. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the footage I filmed where I'm breaking down the cost and everything. It's so loud in here. I just broke down the cost of everything for the ceiling and stuff, and that I was talking about earlier in this video. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, I had to come out here to my car because it's my quiet spot apparently, except for the AC. My house is like, it's chaotic on another level, so sometimes it's hard for me to film voiceovers in there. For quick talking portions of a video, it's really hard for me to film in there sometimes. So I come out here because I need to break down this project for you guys because I'm getting a lot of questions. A lot of them are assuming I drag out makeovers for content. That is not true. I think it's safe to say I do not like living in an unfinished house, and I don't care how much content it gives me. I would not drag out something just for the purposes of getting more content out of it. Matter of fact, that doesn't work out in a influencer's favor. People like seeing stuff in one video. People like one-go videos more than they like part-long videos. So I'm actually doing myself a disservice by doing videos in parts because people normally don't reach for something like that. I know me, I don't like watching videos in parts because I forget what happened in the last part, and it feels like I'm kind of catching up on a Netflix series that I watched forever ago kind of thing. So I know what it's like to like have to take in parts of a project or parts of a video series, and it's not my favorite. So I understand it's not other people's favorite too, but I'm not dragging out the makeovers for content. I have content for days. I could do full project long videos and still have content for at least 5 years. So I don't need to drag out anything for that. That's one of the questions I've got several times. Maybe upwards 100 times within the past 9 months, 10 months that we've lived here. And I try to explain when I come across a question like that because some people are new and they didn't get here before the double wide. A huge influx of people came whenever we bought the double wide. That was my biggest video today, and so many new people came. So a lot of people don't know the reasons as to why I moved here. But I actually moved here because I could be closer to my nanny. My nanny got some really, really bad news at the doctor, and I wanted to be near her. And I wasn't that near her. So I wanted to be close to her. I wanted to be just a few minutes away so that I could be there if she needs me, if she wants Chinese, if she needs a Gatorade, whatever. I wanted to be there, and I wanted to be able to get to her quickly if she needed me. That was the whole point of me moving here. And then with me moving here, my nanny did need me more often, and her need for me has become much more since moving here. So I can see why a lot of people would think that I would drag out. I don't know where I'm looking at because I'm filming this in the wrong area, so I think I'm looking over here and I'm supposed to look right here and I'm supposed to, I have no idea. I can understand why a lot of people would think that I'm dragging out the makeovers on purpose, but I promise there's so much more that goes behind the scenes in my life than what I show you guys, because I try to keep things really positive and I try to keep things motivating. I don't share every aspect of my life. A lot of times it's because it involves people who I don't have their consent to share the information about, and I'm not going to share it without their consent. I also don't talk about people who aren't in my immediate family on here because I don't know what they want shared and what they don't want shared. And I have a very, very large platform that it's kind of like yelling a secret in the middle of Walmart. That's what it kind of feels like to them. So I try to be very mindful about what I share unless it directly involves me. So I share a lot about my childhood and my past and stuff because it directly involves me. But things like family members' health and stuff like that, I don't share a lot about. And what I have shared on it, I've been given permission to share that. I try to respect everybody's spaces. I try to respect everybody's wishes and everybody's privacy. And sometimes it's hard to do that whenever you're a very, very open person on the internet, and when you hold back things and you don't share about certain things, sometimes people automatically start assuming certain reasons as to why you do certain things or you don't do certain things. But it's a part of it, and it comes with the territory. I'm not going to appease somebody and fill somebody in just for the fact that they're accusing me of doing a certain thing, dragging out content. I'm not going to come out here and yell out Nanny's private things just so people don't think I'm dragging out my content. So that's an assuming question I get often. Sometimes I get rude questions that say that I used to do a lot more remodels than I do now when I lived in a single wide, and they don't understand that, because when I lived in a single wide it didn't need a whole lot, and now I'm in a home where I'm starting from scratch and it needs a whole lot. Their questions are usually like, why don't you do, you know, more remodels like you used to? The single wide didn't need a whole lot done, but you did a whole lot, and the double wide needs a whole lot done, but you're not doing a whole lot. And they pretty much answer their question in that statement following their question, because that is a huge part of the reason it's going so slow. The single wide didn't need a whole lot. The double wide needs a whole lot. I'm starting from scratch, and I'm starting from an empty envelope. I started saving for a double wide on land a few years ago, but I didn't put a whole lot in there because I really downplayed God on this one. I didn't think it was going to happen. And I definitely didn't think it was going to happen this soon. So I didn't have a whole lot in my envelope for my double wide on land to go down on the down payment for this double wide. I had to have a pretty large down payment to get into this double wide. And a large portion of that down payment came from my envelopes that I had been saving for different projects around the single wide. So I compiled all my envelopes into one to get into this double wide. So when I started out in this double wide, I had nothing in an envelope. Nothing. Everything I have done, I've had to do in portions and as I accrue money for the project. I'm just now beginning to get fuller envelopes like I used to have in the single wide. So it probably will over the summer be going a little bit faster than it did over the fall and the winter, but that's because I was starting out basically in the fall is whenever we moved in here and got started on makeovers and remodels, and I was very limited on money that I could put into the house at that point. Now I have a little bit more and we can kind of get the ball rolling more. A huge majority of the money I make from AdSense and the money I make from this channel goes into my home. So I'm always saving for something, but sometimes it takes me a little longer, especially when I'm working from the ground up. It takes me a little bit longer to get the money up to do things like the porch and the living room and the hallway and things like that. And I mentioned that to somebody in a comment. They were kind of giving me down the road for taking so long to get makeover videos out there, and I was trying to break it down for them in the comments, and they're like, bull crap. And they literally said, bull crap, you could have that done with $200. And that just sparked something in me. I was like, okay, alright, let me get on here and tell you how much I actually spent on the ceiling. I've been really wanting to do this because I really wanted to be cost transparent with you guys, and that's where I just lay out all the costs, everything it took me to get what I got done in the house. A lot of times it's hard to do that because I do have to space out getting things, you know, a few weeks, and I lose my receipts, and so I know how much I spent in total because it's in my envelope, but I don't know what I spent on what kind of thing. So I tracked down all my expenses for the ceiling, and this is what we come up with, okay? So I needed 1x2s to be the anchors for the shiplap pieces on the ceiling. Those 1x2s are $1.58 each, and I needed 24 of those. 24 1x2s at $1.58 a piece comes out to $37.92. I got my notes. So we spent $37.92 on anchor pieces alone. Now we needed nails, brad nails, to hang up the shiplap onto those anchor pieces, and we got a box of those for $21.78. The shiplap, we found half of it at Lowe's and half of it at Home Depot, and they're pretty much the same with just a difference a little bit in like a few cents wise. We spent $7.98 on 89 of those. We needed 89 individual pieces of shiplap to cover the entire ceiling, and that equaled out to over $710. $710.22 to be exact. So we got our anchor pieces, we got our nails that we added our shiplap to our anchor pieces with, and we got our shiplap. We had to stain the shiplap, and you guys know I had a 3-part stain method going. My special walnut, I had to have 2 quarts of it, and the 2 quarts of the special walnut at $13.48 a piece equaled out to $26.96. My solid stain was $18.99 a quart, and I had 2 of those, so it added up to $37.98. On top of those 2 stains, I also used gel stain. I used every kind of stain in the book, and that added up to $31.98. I actually got that wrong because I got the gel stain, and it's $26 each, so it'd actually be almost double what I said. But to keep the video rolling, we'll just go with what I said. Just know it was like $20 a difference, $20 more. Now the only thing I don't have accounted for is the pre-stain that I used as well, and I used 2 of those, and I'll add it here. I did not add that in, but roughly I'd say it would be $30. So 2 of those, $30. And then we needed the polyacrylic gallon, a big old gallon of polyacrylic. You might as well sign mortgage papers when you buy that stuff. It's $69.99 for a gallon of polyacrylic. I needed all the stuff to apply, the poly, the stains, the gel stains, all of that. So I spent $8.57 on a paint roller kit. I spent $12.98 on microfiber cloths. And then I spent $9.48 on a 3-pack of paintbrushes because I need those too. I need to start saving my paintbrushes. I try to, and then I forget about them and they end up crusty, and it takes a lot to get them uncrusty. But I need to start saving my paintbrushes because I could save quite a bit of money by reusing paintbrushes. We did the recess lights too, and I got a pack of recess lights on Amazon for $98.95. They're the same recess lights that I used back in the single wide, and I really love them, so I always go for those whenever I go get recess lights. Those recess lights needed electrical boxes, and they were $3.88 a piece, and I needed 6 of them, which added up to $23.28. And I also needed the electrical cord, which was a big old roll of 50-foot electrical cord I had to buy. It's the electrical wire, and I needed the 50-foot 12 over 2 cord, I think, and it was $57 even. All of that without the pre-stain, because like I said, I forgot that when I was writing this down. All of that added up to $1,147.09. Now, Tennessee taxes added on to that. It is $1,258.93. Add the $30 given here or there for the pre-stain I forgot, we're looking at $1,288.93. Add in the $20 for the mix-up on the gel stain and oil-based stain, and you've got over $1,300. Add a few little dollars of tax on there for the pre-stain. Over $1,000 just for the ceiling. I wanted to break that down that way nobody thought I had ulterior motives. I wanted to be cost transparent as well. Ain't no amount of money in the world could convince me that $1,000 ain't a lot of money. I know it's a lot of money. I hope you guys can be patient with me because I'm working really hard in the background. I really am. Always going. I'm working really hard to make sure that you guys have content coming as much as I can right now. Moving here and being close to Nanny, I've added more to my plate. I know I'm showing up less, but I'm trying harder than I've ever tried to show up and be consistent. Somebody said once YouTubers get to 100,000 subscribers, they go down to one video a week because they make more money. That's not true. That's a false statement. I do not make more money with one video a week. There's no way. Now, if I wanted to make a lot of money, I'm on a gold mine right now of content. But money nor content is my vision for this channel. Me making over my home, it's a side quest, right? My main quest is being here and telling you Jesus loves you. The rest of this stuff is a side quest. The mission ain't my home. The mission is your soul. That's it. Everything else is just a bonus. Everything's a bonus. I'm not business minded. If I were business minded, I would be filming 3 to 4 videos a week no matter how much sleep I got to make more money. That's not what I care about. If I did 3 to 4 videos, I'd be making 4 times what I make now. That's not what I care about. If I did sponsors, I'd be making 8 times what I do now. It's not what I care about. Above you getting inspiration, above you getting even motivation, I want you to leave here feeling loved. Period. Loved by me, loved by God. That's it. And with that, let's go forward in time. I'm back. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I hope y'all have a blessed morning, either not, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Know that I love you, but
Jesus loves you so much more.
Jesus loves you so much more. I will see y'all later.